Hey guys, greetings from Hanoi. It is Wednesday today, and this morning chat's going up 2 days later than I planned to because Monday was us, packing up and moving from Da Nang to Hanoi here in Vietnam. And so I wanted to sit down and share the results of the survey with you guys today. Oh, and my face is already done and I'm ready because it's actually not the morning right now. We woke up fairly early today and we took care of a few things in the morning and just got back to the room. So the thing that I wanted to start out with today is one of the things that I learned about business, which is that it's primarily about trust. You buy something when you trust that the value you get from it exceeds the amount you invest in it. And one of the tips that I got for starting my own business is to start with the tiniest audience possible and then to create something with my audience, you guys, and make it something you're crazy about. In preparing for this survey last week, I honestly would have been extremely grateful if even a small handful of you guys responded, but I'm so excited to share that. There have been over 100 responses, and I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so thrilled, and because we are in this together, I wanted to share some of the results of this survey with you. But before I go into the fun facts of it all, I just wanted to point out how proud I am that so many of you that are tuning in are so eager for growth and self-development. The fact that the large majority of you are in your early 20s and early 30s and you're so eager to grow. I was just talking to a trusted friend recently, and she was talking about, how necessary life coaching is, especially these days, and how she wished it was something that was available to her when she was in her 20s, because she's in her 30s now. And when we were having that conversation, I couldn't agree more with her. And she said something along the lines of what a hot mess she was then. And yeah, me too. I was such a hot mess when I was in my 20s. So when Brandon and I were studying the results, it was really cool to see such relatively young individuals, not wanting to stay right where they are and just, excited to go beyond their comfort zone and all of that. So as for your interest in the topics I proposed, we rank the level of interest of each topic on a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being the most interested. And keep in mind, some of you guys only chose one topic instead of ranking them 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Brandon took the results and he weighted them to see which had the most general interest. And here is how they ranked. Managing negative thoughts and feelings, this came in at number 1 with a fairly large margin. Relationships and marriage, this was a clear second, followed by decluttering and organization, boundaries, and budgeting. I included the other category in the survey just to make sure that we had all our bases covered. And luckily, most of your responses fell under one of the 5 categories that I prioritized. Some popular responses in the other category related to career and self-confidence, which can be tackled under managing negative thoughts and emotions. I believe as a coach, my job is to help uncover the limiting beliefs you have about yourself. This being the foundation for getting the dream job or career or whatever it is you want. But more important than that is to help you find true meaning. I'm sure I've said this before, but I want to say it again. I just want to share how joyful I am that my journey on YouTube so far has resonated with so many of you. And I want to stress again that this is a collaborative group effort. And as I'm savoring the results of this survey, one thing stood out to me in terms of your number 1 interest, which is about managing negative emotions. And I wanted to call attention to some of my recent learnings. Not too long ago, I took this personality assessment. It's called the Big 5 Aspects that Brandon encouraged me to take. It was created by Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's the clinical psychologist that Brandon listens to day in and day out, and I know you guys have heard me talk about him. But yeah, it was created by Jordan Peterson as well as 2 other doctors, and there are 5 dimensions of a personality. 5 dimensions of personality that this assessment measures. Okay, so it breaks down the 5 personality dimensions, which are extroversion, neuroticism, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and openness. I won't go into all the details about it for now, but if you're interested, I'll leave a link down below to this Big 5 Aspects assessment. But I wanted to share with you that I scored in the 97th percentile in neuroticism. And neuroticism in this context is defined as a measure of general sensitivity to negative emotions such as pain, sadness, irritable or defensive anger, fear, and anxiety. An interesting fact that this assessment points out is the fact that in general, women tend to score higher in the neuroticism category than men. When it comes to like negative feelings, and apparently there is a biological explanation for that. I didn't study it too deeply, but it makes sense to me that those of us that do tend to rank very highly, and based on the survey results, 97 of you that responded in the survey are women. So regarding the results from the survey, your number one interest being the managing negative thoughts and emotions, I believe that, those of us that score so highly in neuroticism, it really serves us to find a way to manage those negative thoughts and emotions and to use it to, serve us in the right way and for us to channel it in the right way. Otherwise, those of us with the high sensitivities, many times we will feel like those emotions and thoughts are really controlling our lives instead of us having a grip on them and knowing when to use your emotions as a guide to figure out what you want your next step to be versus being so like suffocated and strangled under anxiety or fear or what have you. As I'm learning more about myself and as I'm working really hard on honing my coaching techniques, my goal is to help you really uncover who you are with assistance from me and not dependence on me. As a brief preview of the next steps that I'm taking, I'm going to take on a limited number of clients, and we are going to work together to build something that is specifically catered to you, and so that when you are finished working with me, this is something that will set you up for success for the rest of your life. And I stressed before that this whole program is going to be, I'm going to help you, as in like you will receive assistance from me, but I don't want it to feel like this thing where, this is not like a dependent relationship, right? Like I think there are certain misconceptions with life coaching where once you stop working with a coach, certain people tend to feel lost or it's kind of like certain medications, right? Where like you have to stay on it to see results. And then when you stop, there's withdrawals and symptoms and all of that. And, I don't know if it's going to be to what severity that happens. But yeah, what I'm really interested in creating is whatever course it is that I run through with you guys, you will be able to take those tools and the skills that you learn there and just apply it for the rest of your life. I'll announce all the details in the near future, but bet your cute ass butts that I'm not gonna let you down. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to share with you is that in the survey, I asked you guys just for fun to describe me in one word because I wanted to know what word it was that came to mind when you thought of me. And I'm so happy to say that your feedback aligned so divinely with my strengths. The top 5 strengths from the, what is it called now? It was Strength Finders and now it's the Clifton Strengths Assessment. And my top 5 strengths are discipline, which means I enjoy routine and structure and the order that I create. The second one is developer. I didn't really understand this one off the bat, like out of context, but here's what the description says. The developer recognizes and cultivates the potential in others. They spot the signs of each small improvement and derive satisfaction from these improvements. That was so cool. I didn't know before I took this test that, that was a strength of mine. Number 3 being empathy, meaning I can sense the feelings of other people by imagining myself in their lives or their situations. The 4th being harmony, and the 5th being connectedness. And connectedness in this assessment is defined as having faith in the link between all things. People that have a strength in connectedness believe that there are few coincidences and almost every event has a reason. And I I couldn't agree more with that assessment. So yeah, when we summarize the words that you guys used, so of all the responses, Brandon like put them nicely into a spreadsheet. The number one quality you guys named is that some word that describes the fact that I create a safe space for you. So that is amazing, right? I feel like that's like the foundation for a coach, right? So thank you so much. You also believe that I am executionally minded and that I do my best to deliver. You guys also mentioned how inspired you've been by the actions that I've taken in my own life. So, you know, as much as I talk about this and what I want to do, I'm proud that you see me and you see what I'm doing, you know, in my own life, or the things that I share with you to really try to live out that example, right, of the person that I want to become and the person that I want to help you become. Yeah, just lastly, I want to say that I'm here and I'm devoted to you guys. I'm devoted to using my gifts and my strengths to serve you. I am confident that I can leverage my strengths to add tremendous value to you guys. And I hope you guys are excited, and I hope that you'll stay tuned. One last thing, I wanted to confirm the details of the New York meetup. I have decided that it will be in Manhattan. Some of you guys left comments. I think the large majority of you voted on the city versus Queens. Someone made a good point about how if we do it in the city, people that live in the tri-boroughs, you guys can easily, you know, come to the city through public trans or whatever. So yeah, we decided, I think it's a lounge. It kind of looks like a bar. I don't know. I will leave a link down below and you guys can see for yourselves. But it looks like this very cozy little bar/lounge. It's called the Folly. It's in Soho. And we will be there starting at 6 p.m. And I believe happy hour is from 6 to 8. So if you get there right at 6, you can have drinks for 2 hours at a more affordable cost. And yeah, I'll have the address down below. What else? It'll be on Saturday, February 10th, 3 days after Brandon and I get to New York. So yeah, we hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for voting in last week's morning chat, and just so much gratitude for you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.